The System Development Life Cycle SDLC. The system development life cycle of a computer information system can be described as an orderly sequence of significant steps. These steps are study phase, design phase, development phase, and the operation phase. All of the activities associated with each life cycle phase must be performed, managed, and documented. Hence, we can now define system analysis as performance, management, and documentation of the activities related to the four life cycle phases of a business information system. The tasks performed by a system analyst throughout the system development life cycle involve many management level responsibilities. Hence, we may consider the system analyst as a life cycle manager. Figure shows a flowchart that provides us with a pictorial overview of the SDLC. Performance of task, cumulative documentation, and review by management are the main activities. First one, performance. The main life cycle phases are study phase, design phase, development phase, and the operation phase. Study phase is the phase in which a problem is identified and analyzed, alternate solutions studied, and a system recommendation made at a general design level. The recommendation involves the commitment of the resources needed to complete the detailed design and the development of the computer information system. Second, design phase. This is the phase in which the detailed design of the system selected in the study phase is accomplished. In the case of a computer-based information system, design phase activities include the allocation of resources to equipment task, personnel task, and computer program task. Third one, development phase. This is the phase in which the computer-based system is constructed from the specifications prepared in the design phase. Equipment is acquired and installed during the development phase. Computer programs are written. All necessary procedures, manuals, software specifications, and other documentations are completed. The staff is trained and the complete system is tested for operational readiness. Then fourth phase, operation phase. In this phase, the new system is installed or there is a changeover from the old system to the new system. The new system is operated and maintained. Its performance is reviewed and changes in it are managed. Then second stage, management. Management review of the life cycle activities. Management review of the life cycle activities may occur at any time. The conclusion of each phase is a natural time for a major management review. Three types of decisions can be taken at this review. First one, proceed to the next phase. Second, cancel the project. Third, redo certain parts of a previous phase. Activities that are redone must be reviewed before the project can proceed to a subsequent phase. Management review is the mechanism that triggers cycling back to an earlier stage. The third stage is documentation. The three most essential documents are called baseline specifications. There are three baseline specifications: performance specification, design specification, and system specification. Performance specification is completed at the conclusion of the study phase and describing in the language of the user exactly what the system is to do. It is a general design to specification. Design specification is completed at the conclusion of the design phase and describing in the language of the programmer how to develop the system. It is a detailed build to specification. System specification is completed at the conclusion of the development phase and containing all of the critical documentation. The role of the system analyst. First one, characteristics of computer information systems. Computer information systems differ from manual systems in four different ways. First one, accuracy. Second, data collection and communication. Third, data storage. Fourth one, speed of response. Then first, accuracy. There is a greater potential for accuracy. Once the data are entered correctly into the system, it is not necessary to re-enter them. This reduces the chances for error by reducing the number of times humans are involved. Second, data collection and communication. Methods for collecting and communicating data are faster and more efficient. Modern computers allow data communication networks to be established to collect data and to respond to enquiries. Example, an airline reservation system. Third one, data storage. Another way in which manual and systems differ is in the quantities of data that can be stored and accessed. In computer-oriented systems, data are kept in master files, usually magnetic. A collection of related files form a database. Databases allow for the centralized storage of data, thereby eliminating the need for multiplicity of redundant files. Fourth one, speed of response. The time required for information to become available can be greatly improved by use of computers. Retail operations provide an example of the capabilities of fast response systems. Next topic, functions of system analysis. The main functions of system analysis are to analyze business systems with problems and to design new or modified systems to solve those problems. Second, to develop business systems to meet new information or operational needs. Third, to prepare and maintain manuals to communicate company policies and procedures. Fourth one, to design the various business forms used to collect data and to distribute information. Fifth one, to perform records management. Sixth, to participate in the selection of information processing equipment and to establish standards for equipment selection. The last one, to prepare and maintain business organization charts.